Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, as you can see, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon by talking about their movies, obviously, TV shows, programs, what documentaries, I don't know, whatever. Something related to Disney. And I've been trying to figure out how to slip in Disney's Star Wars movies since they're on the rise or whatnot. So I'll review the movies just so you know, folks. And okay, it's in reference to George Lucas, obviously. Okay, to be more exact here, I came across this one article saying that there's that one Star Wars movie George Lucas doesn't want anybody to see. Of course, it's in reference to the Star Wars Holiday Special. Yes, this was made. Yeah, this was actually produced while he was working on the original trilogy. So yeah, so just what the hell? Seems weird when you think about it. Oh yeah, and that was the one animated short which you could watch it separate from the Star Wars special, which also includes it as well. Top of that, but yeah, it just seems weird that this exists. And yes, it's bad. It's easy when it's a bad movie. Mr. Monkey, how many times do I have to tell you? No, I'm not gonna buy you these movies. Go get a job. Seriously, he needs to find a job. I mean, Mr. Monkey, how about clean the toilet? Yeah, there's some shit in there. Clean the damn toilet. You have to attend to your yeah, that stuff. Anyway, folks, like I was saying, yeah, this was horrible. I don't think I've reviewed it yet. Unless I don't remember. I get drunk a lot. But yeah, folks, it's not a well-made movie whatsoever. It really isn't. And it actually became infamously known for being bad. Well, yeah, that's not a good thing, obviously. So it was supposed to focus on Chewbacca's family, Chewie's family and whatnot. Like he has a family tree and whatnot. Oh, so okay. So that was about it, really. While the Empire, Luke Skywalker, they're all doing their thing in the meantime. So it's like supposed to be like a side story kind of a thing, which doesn't seem much of a stretch, really, considering the fact that the Star Wars Expanded Universe had done something like that anyway. Okay, there's a main thing going on, like right here, the primary focus, but there's like a bunch of other stuff going on in the sides or whatever, doing the same simultaneously, I guess, which is fine, I suppose. So if anything, it's the execution made it odd. And the singing. Yes, we get singing and then more singing in a Star Wars movie of all things. What the hell? So suddenly it's like a princess movie because princess movies are known for the singing. So if you want to watch that, I'll put one of those movies instead. At least most of those I actually enjoyed. At least those who have actually more of a plot to think of, really. Yeah, some of these movies actually have more of a story. And yes, that sounds incredibly salty when you think about it, which it is. It doesn't make any sense, but there you have it, I guess. And that's another problem with this movie is that there's barely a plot. So yes, one of the things I would definitely criticize is that it's padded. It's really padded. So yeah, that's the thing with this movie, folks. George Lucas did not want anybody to see it. It did have a negative um, yeah, it did really get a negative feedback. I mean, yeah, quite a bit. So this became notoriously known for being really, really awful, and rightfully so. So George Lucas, yeah, you think you would have learned from your mistakes, which I'll get to in just few moments here. But yeah, just I guess this wouldn't bother me so much if this just a one time only. Like if this was the first and only time he made a bad Star Wars movie, I guess it wouldn't bother me too much really. But he just keeps making the same mistakes over and over again. Which, like I said, I'll get to in just a minute here. But yeah, holy hell, folks! It's easily one of the worst movies ever made. You can tell they didn't really have much of a budget. I mean, not that I mind watching low budget movies because I do that all the time, really. But point being is that it was quickly made, and you can tell it was like really, really quickly made. They actually used some deleted scenes from the trilogy and placed it here. Oh, how lazy do you have to be? I mean, really, that's really lazy. You recycled deleted scenes and inserted it here. Christ, that's stupid. So yeah, like I said, when I say the production was fastly done, it was really rushed into production. I mean, really rushed. And yeah, the actor who played Luke Skywalker, you can tell he was a part of it briefly, and you can tell they did his makeup and everything super fast. Same thing with Hans. I mean, yes, this was not the only bad movie in the franchise. Obviously, there was the animated movie. Yeah, this one, aside from the short I mentioned earlier, I guess this sucked. I mean, same with the TV shows. I didn't like none of the TV shows, the animated series that they made. I mean, they made a few of them. And I didn't like none of the shows either. Just real bad. Anything that has to do with the prequel trilogy, I really didn't like it. To be honest with you, folks, they were terrible. They were all terrible. And Mr. Monkey, really, get back to cleaning the damn bathroom. Okay, I see you clean the toilet. Anyway, so yeah, back to this pile of trash. Hey, folks, it was not a well-made film, like whatsoever, like at all. Yeah, this was a TV-made film, and it was the very first special. Yeah, this was literally the very first special that they ever made for Star Wars. Literally the first time, and it sucked.
You blew it.
So yeah, this film actually became well known, or say infamously known, for the negative feedback. I was saying earlier, Mr. Monkey, you're interrupting my videos. What is your problem? Ugh. Anyway, like I was saying, folks. I mean, those more. Oh boy. Oh yeah, those the whole Ewok thing. They made two movies of those. Those were TV made specials too, right? But yeah, that was awful. They made the two of them. The first one was pretty bad, which yes, I did a review by the way, a while back. So it was awful. Oh boy, I'm having Vietnam flashbacks right here, folks. It was just no. Yeah, the original Star Wars trilogy became, which I'll get back to in just a minute, by the way. I just want to say this real quick. Yeah, it became the trilogy, the original trilogy, became one of the most well-known trilogies of all time in cinematic history. And you producing this crap, this shit, it boggles my mind. You think they would have had more of a higher standard when it comes to quality control? Well, I guess not. Yet here we are. Also, yeah, the thing is that with this film is that the special was also notoriously known for his negative response, as would say. I was never broadcasted or rebroadcasted, I should say, and never first released on home video for that very reason. But it also became somewhat of a cultural thing due to the fact that there was the underground low quality of his existence. What I'm referring to, yes, there's been actually bootlegged copies from the fans. So those exist for some reason. So there you go. Yeah, of course, Star Wars movies got bootlegged. I'm not shocked actually. You made a good amount of money. But point being, I don't like bootlegs at all. Even if you don't buy them, you just look at it. You know, you just watch the movie on some illegal site. That's still bootlegging too, you know. And if you do, because you're not doing nothing about it, like at all. So yeah, I don't like bootlegs. So yes, you heard me right. As shitty as god awful as this movie, yeah, it is. I don't want it to be bootlegged at all. Even though it's garbage, which it is. And side note here, I know some people bring this up at some point maybe, but just ahead of time, it's not the same thing as used. Buying used items or selling used items is not the same thing as bootlegging. I mean, yes, the publisher is not getting the money, sure, but again, it's not the same thing. Just throwing that out there. Anyway, but like I was saying, the thing is that it's important to point out also is that yes, the other one, the other Ewok movie, and it sucked. It really sucked. Oh, so come on, Star Wars, you really you really gonna settle with this? Is this what Star Wars became? Oh boy, but yeah, folks, this the special I'm talking about here was not a well-made film like at all. So I yeah, I regret watching it. I really do. Oh. Yeah, and from what I can hear, folks, from what I heard, is that while outlining the original Star Wars trilogy and its potential prequel trilogy, George Lucas imagined a film just about Wookiees and nothing else. So, yeah, I was thinking about the prequel trilogy at this point, according to some sources and what people have said. And after the original film's success, it's cast and a few appearances on a variety of TV shows, I guess you can say, which is fine. So it could probably be done as a cash in, really. And yes, eventually they made the prequel trilogy. The Phantom Menace being the first one of the in line of prequel trilogy. So it sucked. It's a bad movie. So again, with the garbage. So yikes. I know some people like Liam Neeson and the original actor who played Luke Skywalker had attempted to defend this film, but I hate to break it to you, it sucked. It's easily one of the worst sci-fi films I've ever seen. At the very least, it's very boring. That's what. At the very least, it's very horrendously boring. Oh boy. Yeah, and just no. It's just what the hell, people. Just what the hell. I wish it didn't exist, but here we are, I suppose. Another bad entry in a series of films, and a long series of films, I might add. But here we are, talking about this, of course. So George Lucas wanted to do something with the Wookiee characters, which he eventually did in the prequel trilogy anyway. So I don't get that. I really don't. He brought the Wookiee characters back anyway in the prequel trilogy anyway, like we're saying. So yeah, there's that. I guess that's something, but not really because, like I said, all the three films are garbage. But yeah, but of course, the Phantom Menace did prove to be highly successful because there hasn't been a Star Wars film for a good while. But then eventually got a sequel, Attack of the Clones, which I thought was even worse. It was even worse than the first part, but somehow it managed to be a smash hit. Anyway, I guess I don't know why, but there you go. That became a thing for whatever reason and whatnot. So I guess just because of the name and whatnot, folks. I just no, just no. I wish it could. I wish George Lucas would have learned his lesson, but he clearly did not learn his lesson when it comes to these movies. He's was often said that he's more of an idea man, not really a storyteller. But anyway, and then of course there was Star Wars. Yeah, the third one, Revenge of the Sith. What's all a part of shit. But even though yeah, a lot of people liked it, which I don't understand either. A lot of people seem to really felt that the third one, Revenge of the Sith, was good. I mean, what medication have you been? Yeah, they actually thought it was a good movie. Oh boy, whoever thought that was a good movie needs to get their head examined because it was the same thing as the other two movies. He repeated the same exact thing as the other two films. It's the same movie all over again. Yeah, three times in a row. It's the same movie. So it's like you're not even trying, not really, like at all whatsoever. But anyway, that was the last Star Wars movie that George Lucas had directed. Thankfully, yes. Eventually, they made the Star Wars sequel trilogy, which I actually liked. I know I might be the minority in that, but yeah, the vast majority of Star Wars fans claim that Disney ruined their childhood, which is so over the top. That's outlandish. And then to make it even more weirder is that George Lucas goes on to say that there were a bunch of white slaveholders or something. Oh boy, you're an insensitive bastard. But yeah, just even that saying that is ridiculous. So yeah, going back to this because that sounds like a whole video onto its own. Really, come to think about it. But anyway, yeah, this it's bad. So so yeah, folks, the film. I guess George Lucas was trying to bury it in some ways. He was trying to make it as if it never happened. He was trying to pretty much erase it from existence. Really, this is what embarrassed you, not the prequel trilogy. Not Jar Jar Binks, but this? This is what embarrassed you? That seems weird. Okay. Doesn't make sense, but okay. Mr. Monkey, what the hell? Stop interrupting my video. I'm trying to wrap things up here. Even though it's taking a while. Go and get. Go and get. Anyway, like I was saying, folks, this was just a bad movie in a lot of ways. And I guess to kind of sort of go back to the I was saying earlier that at least the Star Wars Disney films to some extent. And yes, I do believe that a lot of Star Wars fans are just stuck with the past. Yes, the original films are great. Yes, the original trilogy is fantastic. It's wonderful. Yes, it's some of the best films ever made. Sure, I'll give it that. But even though I'm not the biggest fans of these movies, sure, they were highly influential. Sure, but you can't just go back and just attack the sequel trilogy just based on that. Let it go. That's the past. Give me a break, really. Really? Jesus. And but yeah, like I was saying, folks. Yes, this is not well made. Bad dialogue. The acting is pretty awful. You know, it has so many flaws. The editing is piss poor. Oh boy. And Mr. Monkey. I'm trying to talk about this god awful movie. Yes, even the singing was bad. Yeah, you couldn't even get that right. You couldn't get that right whatsoever. So yeah, just unfortunately, there's a lot of things that's wrong with this. And just my point being is that it's just out of all the things that George Lucas wanted to bury, it was this that embarrassed him. Okay, so yeah, though George Lucas was uncredited, apparently it was his idea to build a narrative around Chewbacca's family, and CBS hired an experienced writers and producers to do this kind of a thing, I guess you would say, built around his idea to expand Star Wars lore, which in itself is not a bad thing, really. That's not a bad thing to do with it because the Star Wars expanded universe had already done that anyway. So, like I was saying earlier, folks, it's if anything, it's the execution that made it bad. It's the way it was handled, I guess you would say. So there's that, and also Mr. Monkey. Really? I'm trying to finish up here. Stop interrupting the damn video. What's your problem? Special effects. Well, if you want to call it special effects, that is that poor. The effects were there, but it was poorly handled, I guess. And I guess this thing, whatever you call it, had went through two directors, I believe. And But yeah, just I don't know why you're gonna have two directors for this kind of a thing, but that seems kind of odd, like an odd choice to do. But yeah, here we go. From what I heard is that there was also a classmate that George Lucas knew about that was from the USC Film School was unfamiliar with a multi-camera setup, which caused some problems. So an individual that had no idea what he was doing with I guess, the advanced camera setup at the time. And yes, of course, it's going to come off some problems. If he knows nothing about it and whatnot. Mr. Monkey, what are you doing? Trying to finish this thing up. Christ. But yeah, folks. Yeah, there was some issues, of course, during production and whatnot. And like I said, they clearly were rushing it. And there you go. And the fact that there was an individual that knew George Lucas when he was in school was not familiar with the equipment. So that in itself, like I was saying, caused some problems during production. Of course, that's going to happen. Of course, just to make this entire thing seem like really amateurish, which it was. When you think about it, and there was not a whole lot that can go on. There was not a whole lot to go off on. I guess you can say, folks. Not really. Not really. There's not too much, of course. So yeah, just I just can't believe my eyes that this thing it exists. Why? I have no idea. I mean, I kind of do, I guess, because George Lucas wanted to expand the universe somehow. Yes, and I guess you would say this was one of their first attempts to do it like a side story kind of a thing. This one of their first attempts at doing this in film. I guess you would say. So yeah, and just they just wrecked it. They wrecked the entire thing. There was barely a story to speak of, like we were saying earlier, folks. Yeah. So it was painful to sit through it. I was like, Mr. Monkey, what the hell's your problem? Go and get, like I just said earlier, go and get. Go back to your duties. But yeah, folks, this was just a painful experience to sit through, obviously. And I say, no, no, it's just no. But but anyway, I was saying with this classmate of George Lucas that he knew, I still felt that there was a divide between himself and the producers, and along with those choose to leave the project after finishing only a few scenes, including some other people, of course. So yeah, there was some creative differences, I guess you can say. So there was a bit of a infighting among the crew, which also caused small problems, I suppose. Like maybe people couldn't agree on anything really. Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, there was an individual that was replaced by someone else, of course, and just it just seems weird that this had to of course this had to be a thing, and you can tell his party is constructed, and you can really tell. But if you actually decide to watch it among yourselves, folks, which I really don't recommend, I'll let you want to charge yourself. All the acts in the film, the quote unquote story acts in the film, are loosely linked up together with material that involves the Wookiees preparing Life Day, which yes is a holiday for them. Hans is in there for a brief moment, of course, and the Imperial Troopers, what do you call them? Stormtroopers and whatever. Yeah, they also believe to show up, and okay, that was kind of cool to see them there, trying to cause a fight. Yeah, just when I thought, okay, something's going to happen, but no. Christ, Miss. Yeah, I'm so confused. There's so many questions. Like for one example, uh, why were the bad guys here? You know, the stormtroopers or whatever you want to call them. Why were they here? They would just come off. They were just being belligerent, just for the sake of being belligerent. Why do you care? You have a stronghold. You have a stronghold of the gas out of a gas who lays a portion of it anyway. So why would the Empire care about? I don't get it. Just this entire damn story makes no damn sense at all. Christ. Also, speaking of invitations, Mr. Monkey.
Look here! Look, listen!
Try to relax. Try to relax. Try to relax.
Yeah, that's what you get, you weirdo. So let me, yeah, like I say, folks, like I said, let me just try to wrap this up here. Oh, Christ. So yeah, folks, yeah, this special was broadcast in its entirety in the United States of America only once, and just once. And that happened on a Friday, November 17th of 1978. Yeah, 1 week prior Thanksgiving on television network CBS from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Time Standard, I guess you can say. So yeah, quite a while ago. So yikes. Yeah, right around the time where these certain TV shows were actually quite popular. So yeah, even back then, superhero stuff was still, a hot topic kind of a thing, still a popular trend. And this kind of thing still continues to this very day, I guess you can say. So there you go. So yeah, there was already stiff competition when you think about it, because like I said, this was originally supposed to be a TV made film. What preceded George Lucas to think that this would have worked as a TV thing? I have no idea. I don't get it. I mean, sure, years later, there would have been like multiple Star Wars TV shows. Yeah, true, but he didn't know that at the time. He wasn't sure if that was going to happen, like at all, whatsoever. Because the film industry, same with the television industry, of course, along with video games as well, when you think about it, it's gambling. So suppose you pretty much gambling at the possibility that this can become, you know, famous, well, something popular, something you make a lot of money off of. Of course, obviously, as you can guess, it worked in George Lucas' favor, clearly. So yeah, folks, that'll be it. That's enough of this stuff. This was painful. Thanks for watching, folks. Much appreciated. Later. Excuse me, I'm getting drunk again. Later.